All right, let's pull back the curtain on a world that's hidden all around us. A world filled with abilities so incredible, they honestly make you question everything you thought was possible.
Now, I'm serious. You can forget the comic books, you can forget the big blockbuster movies. The most amazing, the most unbelievable powers on this planet, they're real. And they are all around us, most of the time, just doing their thing completely unnoticed.
See, these creatures, they don't need any fancy gadgets or secret hideouts. Their superpower is their body. Their very biology is the ultimate power source. And today, we're going to peel back the layers on some of the most mind-bending abilities in the entire animal kingdom.
So, our first stop takes us deep down beneath the waves, into that silent, crushing darkness. And down here, something is watching. Something that feels, well, alien. Something so intelligent, it's unlike anything else on Earth.
Just stop and think about that for a second. Not just having 8 limbs, but having 8 separate consciousnesses, each one capable of thinking and acting on its own, but all perfectly coordinated. It sounds like something straight out of science fiction, right? Well, it's not.
Say hello to the octopus. This isn't just some animal. It's a living, breathing, decentralized intelligence network. Sure, it has a central brain that calls the big shots, but get this. Most of its brain cells, its neurons, are actually in its arms.
And this is where it gets really wild. We're talking about an animal that can solve complex puzzles that even we struggle with. They've been caught on camera escaping from supposedly sealed containers. They can recognize and actually remember different human faces. And each one of its arms can taste, touch, and move all on its own, solving little problems without even having to bother the main brain. It's a true 8-armed overmind.
Okay, so let's surface for our next superhero. This is a creature that seems to hold the key to immortality. An animal that just refuses to stay broken.
Seriously? What if? What if instead of getting a scar, your body could just rebuild perfectly? And I'm not just talking about skin. I'm talking about limbs, vital organs, even pieces of the one thing that makes you, you.
This is the axolotl. I know it looks a little unassuming, maybe even a bit goofy with that permanent little smile, but you should not be fooled. You are looking at an absolute master of regeneration.
Now, this is so much more than just healing. This is perfect, flawless reconstruction. It loses a leg? No problem. It just grows a new one. Bone, muscle, nerves, the whole shebang. If its heart gets damaged, it repairs it. You can remove a piece of its brain, and it will regenerate it. No scars, no loss of function. It's a biological miracle that scientists are still desperately trying to figure out. All right, we've talked about physical powers. Let's switch gears to perception. Let's talk about an animal that experiences a reality so vibrant, so incredibly complex, that our own world would seem like black and white in comparison.
Imagine walking through a world where colors you can't even dream of are signals, where invisible patterns are shouting messages, where light itself carries secret codes. This isn't some fantasy land. It's the everyday reality for our next superhero.
Meet the mantis shrimp. This little creature isn't just famous for having one of the most powerful punches in the ocean. It has what might be the most complex and sophisticated visual system on the entire planet.
Let me put this into perspective for you. We humans, right? We have 3 types of color-receptive cones in our eyes. 3! The mantis shrimp has somewhere between 12 and 16. It sees ultraviolet light, it sees polarized light in ways we can't even begin to imagine. For a mantis shrimp, other animals are literally glowing with information that we are completely blind to.
Okay, for our next hero, we have to shrink down. I mean, way down. Because the toughest, most ridiculously resilient animal we have ever found is almost completely invisible. This is the tardigrade. You might know it as the water bear. And that statement right there, that's not some exaggeration. If the world ends, these little guys might be the only ones left.
Just how tough are they? Well, you can boil them, you can freeze them to near absolute zero, you can subject them to pressures that would instantly crush a submarine. They can handle doses of radiation that would kill a human in seconds. And yes, they have actually survived being exposed to the cold, airless vacuum of outer space. They are, without a doubt, nature's ultimate astronaut.
So, up to now, we've been looking at these amazing individual powers. But what about collective power? What about a creature that mastered civilization and agriculture and incredibly complex societies millions of years before humans were even a thing?
We walk right over them every single day and we barely give them a second thought.
But right under our feet, the ant has built empires that rival our own in their sheer complexity and their stunning efficiency. You think farming was a human invention? Nope. Leafcutter ants have been growing specific types of fungus in these climate-controlled underground farms for millions of years. You think raising livestock is unique to us? Some species of ants will actually herd and protect aphids, milking them for their sugary secretions. Their teamwork is perfect, their societies are ancient, and they are profound.
So the octopus, the axolotl, the mantis shrimp, the tardigrade, the ant, they aren't just fascinating little quirks of nature. They're proof.
They are proof that intelligence and resilience and civilization, they all come in many, many different forms. And they're proof that the world all around us is so much more powerful and way more mysterious than we could ever possibly imagine. The real superheroes, they've been here the whole time.